Hey everybody. I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk to you. I've been putting out on my page that I'm going to be doing a mini series called Skeletons, Candid Confessions. And I've been saying that my first confession was going to be coming out next week. And I was going to write that confession. Actually, I've already started. And it's been a hard thing to talk about. It's been a hard thing to put even on in words. So I figured maybe it would be easier if I just get on here, let you see me, and just speak my heart. So this is confession number 1. It's my sobriety. I started drinking when I was 14 years old. Actually, didn't start drinking. I tried my first drink when I was 14. And I've always felt like in my life I didn't fit in. I wasn't somebody who, I walked in the room and I always felt like I didn't belong, or I wasn't cool enough or pretty enough. I didn't know how to do my hair or have the nice clothes or know how to put things together. I just never felt enough. And as I got older, I masked those things with humor, with being sarcastic, with trying to be the funny person, because I always felt like, it's better to get in front of somebody making fun of you than just to take it and be caught off guard. So I was the person who would always make fun of myself and then make it into some sarcastic joke and laugh about it first. So that way I felt like I was kind of ahead of the game, I wasn't the butt of the joke because I made myself the butt of the joke type thing. So when I was 14, I was kind of a rebellious kid. I mean, my dad doesn't know this, my parents don't know this, so sorry. I'm 35 now, so. But when I was 14, I took my first drink, and I remember being scared at first, being uncomfortable, but I wanted to fit in so much, I wanted to be a part of a group, and these girls, their dad wasn't home and we were having a slumber party and they had a liquor cabinet, and I didn't know anything about a liquor cabinet. We never had liquor at my house, or alcohol in the house for that matter. I never remember seeing a beer in our refrigerator, not once. So it's not like I come from parents who, are alcoholics or anything like that. So of course I wanted to fit in, I wanted to experience, so they poured us a shot. Of course I was nervous and I watched everyone's face, and their faces looked like it was god awful. But it's still, I had already committed. So when it was my turn, it was bottoms up, took the shot, and it burned. I remember it burned going down, and I remember just thinking, oh no. Had this feeling like I had done something that I can't return from, It's like that feeling when you make a rash decision, you just jump in and do it, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, I should not have done that. And it was kind of like that. But then a few minutes later, as the alcohol started to absorb into my bloodstream, for the first time in my life, my mind just stopped. I wasn't worried about what the people around me thought. I wasn't worried about if the people liked me, if I was pretty enough. I just felt like there was some sort of wall that just came down that and I realized in that moment too how hard it was to hold that wall up at all times. And I had done it my entire life, put that wall up. And when it came down, my inhibition came down, and I just didn't care anymore. And I really liked that feeling. I remember really liking that feeling and thinking, wow, like, this is something. So, of course, I didn't continue to drink after 14. That was one experience. We never got caught either. So, got away with that one. But that experience kind of morphed into, how it is in high school. You go to parties and you're underage and you have drink here, drink there, and then it's just social at that time. It's nothing serious. It's not. But as an adult looking back, I realize how the social drinking and me just telling myself, oh, it's normal, all the kids do it or whatever. But I felt like, looking back now, I realized I was different. I always felt more like I was somebody when I was drinking. And this continued on into my adult life. After I had my first son when I was 21, my second son at 24. I don't remember exactly when, but there was a time when drinking turned from social to a coping mechanism for me. If I was stressed, grab a beer. If I was mad, grab a beer. And I don't know if any of you know this or not, but alcohol is the most addictive substance in the world. It's the most addictive drug in the world. Even over meth, heroin, it is the most addictive substance. But the scary thing about alcohol is it's a creeper. It's not like you try it one time and you're hooked for life. It's basically what alcohol does is it causes you to depend on it. And you get into this cycle of drinking, and then your body needs more of it. And it's not even like I'm craving it. It's more like a mental thing where you drink and maybe you go out and you'd have too much to drink and you make an ass of yourself one night, and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, shit, you can't remember what you did. Even if you can remember what you did, you still feel bad and embarrassed about what you did. And then that says, as soon as that happens, I'm always like, okay, I'm never drinking again. And then by the end of the day, after I've turned that situation over my head over and over and over, I'm so stressed out by what I could have possibly done the night before that I don't remember, that I'm like, oh, in order to deal with that stress, I have another drink. And this for me has turned into a cycle. And it's something that I'm not proud of, but it's something that I am fighting. And I don't identify as an alcoholic. I don't believe in labels, in any kind of labels in life, on anything. But I will tell you that it's a daily struggle. I'm sober now. I've made a lot of bad decisions on alcohol that have affected my life in a negative way. And I'm not the person to sit here and blame it on the alcohol and say, oh, well, I've done this, and it was, because I was drunk. Well, no, because I put myself in that situation. But what I do want to say is that if you are struggling with it, don't be ashamed. Don't feel like you're the only one, and don't lie to yourself either and act like you don't have a problem. Because for the longest time, I acted like I didn't have a problem. And the more I made excuses for myself, the worse and worse it got. So I just want to encourage anyone who may be struggling with any kind of addiction that you're not alone, and that people that seem like maybe they wouldn't be doing that, you don't know what people are going through. So always be open. Don't be judgmental. And if there's an opportunity, share your experience, share your struggles, because we are all humans and we all need each other, okay? Pretending like we're somebody that we're not, or that we don't have any issues, is not the answer. But I do want to say that every day is a new opportunity to be someone else, okay? Just because you made a mistake yesterday or even 5 minutes ago, it does not define the rest of your life. You have a destiny, and all you have to do is step into it. It doesn't mean you're not going to fall. It doesn't mean you're not going to fail. But you have an opportunity to live your best life and to find support. But you can't find support if you're not willing to admit that there's an issue in the first place. So going through something like this is hard, and looking back now, I can see the patterns. But the first step is admitting that there was an issue, or there is an issue. And when you're able to admit that, you'll find that even people in your family, so many people around you will be there to rally around you and to lift you up. But pretending there's nothing going on is not going to do anything but keep you in that endless cycle. There's plenty of resources out, especially if you're struggling with the drinking part of it. If drinking is your thing, there's this great online free resource called, what is it called? The 30-Day Alcohol Experiment. You can get on there, and it's totally classified. Nobody knows who you are. It's totally free. You get on there, you sign up, and basically what you do is you just, for 30 days, you either choose to not drink or choose to moderate your drinking. But during the 30 days, you can get online, and there's a reading, and it talks to you about stuff that's going on. It teaches you about alcohol, what it does to your body. It's a lot of learning and a lot of good, even knowledge if you are going to drink while you're watching it. It's just a lot of good knowledge and understanding to have about that specific addiction. So I just want you guys to know that we're all imperfect and everyone has issues Just some people don't tell you about them, but just because they don't tell you doesn't mean there's not something going on. So don't always look around you and look at people and think, wow, they really have it together, or wow, I wish I was more like that, because you don't know what they're going through. But the main thing is starting to put yourself first. And the drinking for me was, I hit a couple of rock bottoms. These stories will probably come out later on this page, but I hit a couple of rock bottoms, and I'll tell you that without this experience, I wouldn't have the understanding and the passion that I do today. And the only reason why I'm sharing this is because I want other people to know that it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to have struggles. It's okay to not have it all together. But we have to be honest about it, and we have to be transparent. Well, I hope this video has touched somebody, given somebody some hope. You guys need to reach me, get on my page, send me a message. My email is justb924@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, but I am letting you know that if anybody needs anything from me, I'm here. To the best of my ability, I'll be here. And just continue to be authentic, continue to be transparent, continue to share your story with those around you, because you never know what your story, what you have to say, or the life experience that you may be struggling with, how that could affect or help someone else. You may save somebody's life. You may save someone from taking that next drink, you may actually even just help somebody who's just maybe walking around feeling like they're just unworthy, they're not good enough. They are beating themselves up about past things they've done or experiences they've had. But all they need to know, a lot of people, they don't need to hear big, long preaching sermons. All they need to know is that there's someone else out there like them. There's someone else out there who is struggling too. And it's okay. So I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Please head over to my Instagram if you have time. I'm trying to get 100 likes. That way I can have more page control on my Instagram. It's justB at justB924. Instagram, justB924 on Facebook. Same as my email at gmail.com. So you guys just stay tuned, stay following. I'm going to continue trying to post things that are open and transparent from my own life and from stories that I hear from others. I just want us all to be one, all of us to join together and realize that we're all shitheads in one way or the other. But what we have to learn how to be is love for ourselves first, and love ourselves first, because once we learn how to love ourselves, then we can truly love everyone else and the people that are closest to us. But if we don't get it right here first, it's not going to get past here. Even no matter what we think we're doing, we're not doing anything for anyone if we don't love ourselves first. So love and light. Happy Sunday, everybody. Thanks for listening, and I will catch you next time. Mwah.